Hi travelers, Tara here, and we're gonna do a fire elemental fire reading. So this reading is a general reading, and it's going to be for the fire sign individuals. So this will be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius for March 2018. I am gonna have a flash sale starting Thursday. It's only 24 hours, and that's going to be a flash sale on the Straight No Chaser reading. It will be altered in terms of time, so that way I can make sure that I get enough people. So that sale will start on Thursday and it will end on midnight Friday. And if you'd like to book, you need to just go ahead and book the reading. When you get an opportunity, go back over to the website. I will have the flash sale Straight No Chaser reading information there for you on the menu. I'm also going to be bringing the burning question reading, which is normally what I offer is the 20 for 25, but I'm going to make that a regular reading, so it's burning question. You can read all about that. I am opting out of the, the monetization program at YouTube. There's just something about it I can't put my finger on. So it used to be I would tell you to click the I in the corner to go over to the but basically you can find my information, and I got to look at that because when I was trying to put cards in the other day, it wouldn't allow me to do that. That's where you can click and it'll take you directly over to the website. If it's not available to me again today, then where you can find my website address is, it's going to be at the bottom of the screen there, but also in the about box description. If you have any questions whatsoever before you wish to book, simply go to my website and click on support desk and submit your question. Okay, we have the first day of spring coming up on the 21st of March, the 20th to the 21st, somewhere along in there. And then just a couple of days behind that, we're going to have Mercury go retrograde. And it will be retrograde for roughly about, that energy is going to play out for roughly about 8 weeks. Aries Suns, you have the Uranus sitting at 26-27 degrees. It is about to station I think retrograde before it moves into, it might not even station retrograde, it just may be stationing at 29 degrees and about to move into Taurus in May. And that is very important, particularly anybody who's watching this who might be a Taurus sun or moon or rising sign. That's going to mean a lot to you. Leo's suns, moons, and risings, you have the North Node in Leo in your sign. And Sagittarius, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are hosting Mars at the moment. Let me take a look here. And to see what you have here in Sagittarius. We have Mars, Vesta, and I want to say Cupido. Cupido is sitting at 29 degrees, so he's about to shift signs soon. And whenever you have a planet at 29 degrees, that's known as a critical or fated degree. And the planet can typically become stronger sometimes right before it moves into another sign. So these are the things that can be affecting the fire sign individuals. For those of you who are website members and you have your charts, you have your ebooks, I've been producing those articles for you about the asteroids, Cupido, Vesta, Apollo, those asteroids. Then if you've got some things going on or you got a few questions, you're kind of puzzled about what direction you may need to go in. If there's something bothering you at work, is it with friendships, is it with family, is it just personally yourself, a new project you want to take on, you can always check your factors and post it underneath the transit watch. And the transit watch for this week was hellacious. The whole house of Pisces is completely lit up. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the sign of Pisces. That would be the 12th house. So that's what I have for you. If you'd like to join for membership, you do get your 2 free charts and you get access to everything there. I have been behind a bit in my work. I'm still dealing with vehicle issues. I finally just got rid of my Jeep. That was so difficult for me because I loved her so much. And now I'm in the process of looking for another vehicle. So it's just been a kind of a crazy time. And I'm trying to get this done, hopefully, before Mercury goes retrograde. You never want to purchase a big ticket electronic item or vehicle under a Mercury retrograde, because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be something wrong with it, or you're going to have buyer's remorse. And so you want to be very, very cautious on doing that and signing any contracts. So if there's anything that you wish to perhaps complete, fire signs, you need to try to complete it up to about 2 or 3 days before March 23rd. And then you're going to have to just kind of wait it out. And I always suggest that during a Mercury retrograde, any old projects or old things that you have put to the side, that would be the time to drag those out, dust them off, and look over them again, okay? For some of you, this could be the return of a lover coming back. Well, there's your first card. And we're going to do a mini cross, okay? So this is what is at the heart of the issue. And what we're dealing with is some kind of either sacrifice or heartache or loss, betrayal. But this card can also signify the idea that something needs to be worked out. And it's asking you to kind of have faith and remain hopeful that you're going to be able to work this out. If this is some kind of, if it's a relationship issue, you know, whatever the pain is that you're experiencing in it, do know that it will pass for you. It is a 3. If it were, you know, let's see what the rest of the cards say. So this is our focus. This is what's at the root of the problem. Indeed. This is our influences from the past. This is our unknown factor. And this is our future. Well, what's under the deck? I have the 4 of Cups, okay? So I don't know if maybe some of you are dealing with a Capricorn individual or a Leo individual, and this could be for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. But basically what I'm looking at here is you're going through a time period where maybe you really feel like you're taking on more than you should. This has brought you some disappointment and heartache. But do know, here with the world at the foundation, this is a cycle that you're going through, okay? And you're going, know that during this time you are protected underneath this. I do feel for many of you who may be going through a difficult time right now, that this is a nodal aspect. The North Node in Leo, the South Node in Aquarius. Now, this 3 of Swords represents the energy of Saturn in Libra. And Saturn is a very, very heavy energy in Libra. Libra is an air sign. It's light. It's airy. It likes to keep things loose. It's diplomatic. It doesn't like to make a firm decision one way or the other. And this is one thing that perhaps some of you are dealing with. You're dealing with somebody who's been struggling with the idea of committing to something and not being able to because it just doesn't feel right to you. The Strength card here tells me in one way that this could have been triggered by the changing of the nodes, going from Virgo to, was it Virgo to Pisces last year? Now to Leo. Yeah, Leo to Aquarius. No, that's not right. I don't remember what the nodes were last year. But anyway, the nodes of the moon are not planets or bodies. It's a mathematical point. It is where the elliptical of the sun and the moon meet as they orbit around the earth. And many astrologers will tell you that this is about karma, the South Node, and then fate or your future or luck, the North Node. And it can be very, very difficult to move towards your North Node. We are comfortable in the South Node because we know things there. But the South Node is also an indication of you having lessons from a past life or knowledge from a past life that you can really use to apply to where it is that you want to go. Now, I also feel that many of you, perhaps in some kind of work context or career context, and the reason why I say this is because this is a Saturn card. And right now, Saturn, it's in its ruling sign of Capricorn. Capricorn rules businesses, big governments, organizations, any place where there's a hierarchical power structure, okay? It rules the masses. So for many of you, this could be an idea of you trying to struggle to perhaps get a raise or get a promotion, or there might be something going on in the field where you work, or the corporation or the company that you work in, and you are just trying to at least maintain your strength, your hope, and your focus. And the reason why I say that is because Saturn, his baseline of operation is fear. The myth of Saturn is that he ate his babies because an oracle told him that they were going to usurp him. Okay, so to prevent that, he just like ate them and took them out of the picture until one came along that the wife spirited away and did in effect come back and usurp him. Okay, so the thing is not to allow, if there's any kind of fear that you have, particularly if this is a work situation. You know, sometimes right now the political climate is so, I don't know, chaotic and terse, and people are very nervous. And so the thing is not to allow other people's fears to dictate your decision or to kind of influence you in any way. This card is really about getting a hold of those fears, those anxieties, maybe any anger or disappointment that you may have. It's about facing the demons or facing the beast, but doing it in a gentle manner. So this is about just getting a hold of whatever may be fearful to you, okay? And if you can approach it from a gentle manner and a calm and a steady manner, you can overcome this. Now, I do see that many of you are really, really kind of struggling with this. And again, as I say, for some of you, you may feel as though you've taken on more than you can chew, or you feel that you can handle, but you're just trying to put one foot in front of the other and keep moving. This is great, but at the same time, I would ask you to really take a look at what things you're responsible for. What are your responsibilities and what are not your responsibilities, okay? Sometimes we find ourselves taking on other people's responsibilities, and that's really not our job. If that is the case, know that in order to see your way through this, you can either decide to put half of those wands down, or you can divide them up in a fair manner, and that's what Libra is all about, so that the burden becomes a bit lighter to you. Now, for some of you, and I never see this card really as a burden because he's carrying those things in front of him. So this is, to me, someone who is kind of just keeping their head, their nose down, and just, you know, doing what they have to do. Sometimes we have to do that. But there comes a point in time when you have to ask how much energy and focus are you putting into things perhaps that maybe are not your own. And so we come to this 5. And this 5 of Cups is that idea of really literally having to let something go. Okay. Why? It's water under the bridge. It's time now. Now, I would assume in one way that maybe some of you, this does relate to some kind of perhaps romantic relationship, because I have the idea of these 2 3s here, plus the 3 cups that are sitting here. And I feel that for some of you, while you are mourning the loss of something and you're trying to emotionally readjust, you're trying to get used to the idea that, hey, you know, I really miss that, or I'm so sad about that. Because to me, the 5 of Cups is really that card of emotional readjustment. It doesn't always necessarily have anything to do with romance. It is simply the idea of trying to reorient yourself in an emotional way. Does that mean that there might be a breakup or a loss of a relationship? Well, yeah, but I mean, if it's been keeping you like this, what the hell? I always have a saying, you know, I can do bad by myself. I don't need nobody to help me. So, and we see on the backside of this is these Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups is that card of right relationships. In other words, everybody can get something out of it, and together you can do more, right? It is really not that energy of 50-50, but it's damn close to it. And the thing is that the longer you hang on to that old thing, that water under the bridge, that thing, the more you mourn that loss, or the more you try to fight the recognition that this is over and it should be over, and learn whatever lessons you're supposed to learn. These are two major arcana cards. You're missing out on something quite wonderful that can come to you. And I do feel that perhaps some of you have already had an offer put forth. You are either not sure about it, or there's something about it that maybe you're not excited about. Okay, but this card says not to dismiss that offer out of hand, because, I mean, look, it's a cup. And that to me is the Ace of Cups. And that means it's a new emotional opportunity in whatever manner that means for you. The Two of Cups can be about business partnerships, okay? So this could be some of you maybe, you know, have been just wanting to leave where you work and you haven't been sure how to do it, and you've been, you know, a bit sad about it, and you're just trying to struggle through. And then suddenly somebody offers you something that seems, I don't know about that. Don't dismiss it out of hand. Do give it some great weight and thought. And think about what you can do with it and what direction you can take it in. Now, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this Three of Swords here and this Five of Cups. Okay. And this card, the Four of Cups, represents the time frame of July. Let me see here. I can't really read that anymore. This is my old deck of cards, but it represents a time frame of July. Okay, and so for some of you, this could play a situation which will play itself out all the way into July. Some of you may be going through it right now. Some of you may be coming out of it right now. And know that perhaps maybe the time frame of July is when you're going to get another opportunity presented to you. Okay. And so while you're waiting for July to roll around, look, we already going into the second, third week of March here in a hot minute. You know, you need to be working on gaining a new emotional attitude or perspective that, you know, eventually things will change. They will get better. So, right. I feel that some of you have been waiting on some kind of news to come in for you, even though I don't see any messages here per se. But then swords do represent ideas, thoughts, perceptions, and communication. So this could be miscommunications and arguments and fights, something that has really hurt your heart or hurt the heart of another in some way, shape, or form. And we see that these la conversazione, the pleasant conversations, has fallen in the past position. The sospiri, this is the hope and the waiting for your ship to come in. This is you hoping that perhaps you can rectify this situation. We see the World card here. Know that this cycle is coming to an end, and you've been really just trying to maintain your strength and just keep doing whatever it is that you've been doing. And then we see the Costanza, which is the permanence of a situation, the immutability, the unchanging nature of it. So this could be that, you know, you've been waiting on some news or some message to come in, or maybe you've been waiting for someone to apologize, or maybe you've been waiting to apologize to someone, but they're not speaking to you. So this is, you know, the idea that that's water under the bridge. You can't take back what's been said, or you may not get that another opportunity to hear what you want to hear or say what you want to say. So instead of focusing on that and waiting for whatever this thing is, what you need to do is try to accept that situation for what it is and then try to move forward. I know it's difficult. Let's take a look at the Five of Cups. And then I want you to formulate one question for the Angel Answer card and one question for the romance angels. And then we're going to close this reading down. Okay. The letter, there it is. We're waiting and it hasn't come in yet. Amore. And the Lamante. So some of you have been waiting on word from a lover. Okay. And it has not come yet. Now, I want you to pay close attention to the order of the cards. Do you see where that Lamante male sits? He sits on the same side as the Two of Cups. So, you know, while you're waiting for whomever, and this will apply whether this is same-sex or heterosexual, whomever's going to take the role of the male. While you're waiting, I don't know, for closure, I don't know what you're waiting for. And that's the question. What are you waiting for? Okay, because there's somebody who may be coming to put an offer to you. All right? And instead of you dismissing it out of hand, well, he's not X, Y, and Z, or he's not the same as X, Y, and Z, you know, consider it. Consider it. Because it has the potential to be a Two of Cups in whatever manner that means. And so that's what I have for you. Let's move to the angel answer cards. Formulate one question for angel answer, please. Please keep in mind that this, you know, the cards may pull a card that may not make any sense. I am reading for lots of people, for 3 signs in a general. So if you want to know the more specific answer, this does require personal reading. And for those of you who always, I have many people will book a reading with the question, will I find true love? Well, not if you don't get out there and look for it. And not if you don't become a proactive participant in bringing love into your life. Okay? The answer says to ask your angels. Now, I'm going to want you to formulate one question for the romance angels, because some of you, this may not be about romance. This could be about the Lamante male speaks to requited love. This could be about some kind of job offer coming in that's really going to change your life. Remember, the Two of Cups is not always about romance. It could be about that situation or job coming through that you're like, wow, there's some instant, I'm in love with that idea. Okay? And it makes me feel good. So, something that resonates with you on a soul level. Romance angels. Look what it says. It says flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So remember, I was just saying, you don't be emailing me, buying a reading, talking about, will I ever find true love? I don't know. Will you? What are you willing to do for it? Okay. Angel answer. See, ask your angels. Your angels are always with you. However, you must ask for their assistance in order for them to provide you with the help you're seeking. Because heaven respects your free will choices. State your questions to the angels clearly. You can do so either out loud or silently in your own mind. Your angels will instantly help you according to the divine's will. Your angels may also have special messages for you about the situation you're asking about. Sit quietly in a peaceful place indoors or out in nature and ask for advice and guidance. Notice what messages come to you. It's possible the answers will come to you through your feelings, hearing, or sight, or perhaps you will just know the answer. That's called clairsentience. That's otherwise known as your intuition or gut feeling. You can also ask the angels for signs during the day to guide you onto the right path. Flirt. The romance angels guide you to initiate romance with flirtatiousness, which entails smiling with your eyes as you connect with others. It doesn't necessarily involve sexuality, although it can. Flirting is playful in nature, and playfulness is the heart of romance. If you're in a relationship, Flirting with your partner can revive passion. For some of you, that could be what it is that the passion has waned from the relationship. If you're single, this activity can attract a new friendship as well as a love relationship. And to me, that's what that Four of Cups is speaking about. Drawing this card can simply mean that making more eye contact with others will help you connect with people. This is especially true if you smile and say hello more often. Everyone you meet is a potential friend, and studies show that most people are introduced to their mates through mutual acquaintances. Therefore, form new friendships, both as a way of meeting a new partner and also to increase your enjoyment of life. And I think that's what that Four of Cups is speaking about, is that for some of you, it may be somebody who shows up that you don't consider has any romantic potential. Do not dismiss that out of hand. You could miss one of the greatest relationships of your life. So until next time, that's what I have for you. Namaste.